Hello there folks, welcome back to part 2 of the January special, a double upload day. If you missed the earlier January episode, then catch up quick before you fire into this one then, as we've got 3 games to bring you. I actually played 2 games. I said I was going to play Wolves, but we played Stoke as well, beat them 1-0, Jimenez got the goal, but the reason for that is because Oxford turned up. Of course, the FA Cup game, I forgot that would put itself right in the middle of everything, and I wanted to do 3 games in the earlier episode, 3 games in this episode. Logic prevailed eventually. The 3-2 win over Wolves was a massive win for us, 87 and 89. Lee Mail scored on 81. Lee Mail's a great name. I just quite like the name Lee Mail for some reason. And Tommy Bradshaw, who's been around the leagues for quite some time. I remember at Man United, we nearly signed him once, which I thought was interesting. So when he popped up, I was like, oh, a familiar name. Obernik, Herzog and Ben Hur on 89, though, sealed the deal. Quite an even game, actually, so we were pleased to win that one. It was very, very close indeed. And we played the 2 wing-back system rather than playing full-backs or wingers, in fact, and it's interesting. So United, Oxford and Burnley, will do sort of shorter versions of those today, as well as the transfer business, of which there is some. Now, as of right now, you might have seen it a moment ago, we've not signed or sold anybody in the window, but 2 potential names to come in. I've delayed one because I'm kind of a little up. I slept on it, is what happened, viewers. I slept on it. So Graham Humm, I don't know if I'm going to get him in. You see there, £27 million is his value, the Englishman. We could be getting him for a massive 13.5 million, and I think that's not too bad. I know what you're all thinking. I can see it in your faces and your eyes, and you think you're typing it now. You do not need another attacking midfielder. You've got 3, you only play 2. You've got defensive centre-backs, Ben. We've talked about this, centre-backs. You are right. I just don't have a lot of English players, and I think to bring in an English player that can actually play as well is a rarity in this save. So I think he might be quite a good option. Like, he's got some real standout attributes to his name as well. He's very, very technically good. He's physically very solid too. Great decision making, lovely bit of flair, vision, a creative force to bring on late in games that we don't necessarily have. Dorfer might even leave at the end of this year because he's a bit unhappy. Herzog might even move on. So Graham is going to be brought in. Went to Liverpool for 20 million and has never really... Actually, to be fair, last year was pretty good. This year's barely featured, so I'm sort of chomping at the bit. The other player we're looking to get in then is a defender. Yes, thank you very much. A defensive fullback. I actually asked Ferreira, who do you think we should get? You're an intelligent guy, and this is the guy who, weirdly enough, I was already looking at. Now, you look at his scout report, and it's potentially underwhelming, I think you might say. £14 million would be the fee, but can play pretty nicely as a fullback. Defensively, he's got a few issues, as has crossing. Mentals and physicals are pretty good in all accounts. It's whether or not he's the best we can get, and that is sort of the problem. It's the case for a lot of these players that they are just the best we can get. They're not the best around, they're just the best we can get. Do we wait? That is the question. Can we afford to wait is the question. We currently sit 2nd in the Premier League, but by no means, like today's episode could turn it all around again, are we safely in these playoff positions. We play United. If they beat us, they'll be on 41, we'll be on 42, and everyone comes close together again. Man City, the real benefiters from all of this, or benefactors, whatever you prefer. So without any further ado, let's play United. Let's see how we get on against them and run you through the team. So with those transfers potentially happening, 10 or so days left of the deadline, you can see currently we're playing Ike there, who isn't that much better / worse than the player we're looking to bring in. They're actually pretty similar, but he can play as a fullback. He can play as a wing-back as well because of the attributes he's got to his name. Decent crossings already there. Tackling and marking are okay. So we're going to fire him in there. Frank comes back in as Libero. Insigne, Eriksson, Jimenez, Haludum, Ferreira behind Fiore and Ben Hur. Obernik missed last game through a little injury, so he didn't play. But yeah, we're going to go with a very similar system. I'm actually going to bring Obernik back in to the side, and this is now more confusing as to why we're buying an attacking midfielder, isn't it? Yep, I get you. English. Get that in your English. That's the only reason why. That's why we're bringing him in, because of his nationality. Right now, I can't register more than like 21 players because I don't have enough English players that could just be registered anyway. So English. Luckily, Ben Hur's got an English passport now, so he's loving life. As that's quite defensive and attacking in 2 different ways. Viola, Pier Mario. They've just put 2 Italian names together. Pier Mario Viola, Italian. Yep. Okay. Fair enough. Yep. Very good. All right, let's get into this then. Let's see how we do. I've said this before, and every time I seem to say it, we lose it. But it's a game we can afford to not win. We just can't afford to not lose. Away at Old Trafford. It's still strange to think, if you think back 20 years in the save, the fact we're now away at Old Trafford in the Premier League fighting for a top 4 place. It's been quite the journey, viewers. Thank you for joining me on it. First half an hour, nothing to report. Until a chance. Manchester United free kick, always dangerous. Loads of very, very good players as... It's laugh or cry. That's outrageous. You know it's good when I'm excited to watch another team's goal in 3 dimensions. He fires this. I mean, we decide that these 2 players aren't worth marking, which is a curious tactic considering they're in our area. 1 touch and then bang. Top corner. Yep, give him that. Plasizina. That's fair enough. Ball played in. It's a corner now. I still don't really know where we stand in this division. We're just not marking. That's deflected off Frank's face. It's an own goal by the sweeper. That is Frank. I mean, show me it, because this is probably comical. It goes in, headed clear, and then so where is Frank in that sort of medley of people? So again, that guy on the edge, not marking him. It does hit him in the face right then. He sort of crouches down. It connects perfectly, and in it goes. Well, that was an uncomfortable 3-minute period. Oh, what's he done? He started on attacking away at Old Trafford? No, would I do a thing like that? I'll literally never learn. I'm going to see if you've been unlucky so far, because I kind of think that. All right, let's look to counter. I'm going to try this. Oh, man, you buy wing backs and immediately you decide let's play him as fullback. Fullbacks on attack, and then Frank's going to play as an attacking libero rather than a defensive one. Do you know what? People have been calling for 4 at the back. Let's just play Frank as an anchor man and slot him in there. And I'm just curious. We're now playing shorter passing. That is one little change I've made. But let's see. Was Frank never supposed to be a libero? Was Frank supposed to be an anchor man or a defensive player all along as Ferreira gets injured? Lovely. United are on the warpath again here. This is quite scary as they go out to that man out there to the back post. Oh, a man at the back post. That's very rare for us. Diallo kind of headed it clear. Not very well. And Calvo will solve that. I'm a little bit worried about Ferreira. I'm a little bit worried about Obrenek. So we're going to make 2 double changes. Herzog's going to come on, as is Fiore. Let's get out there. Are we going to strike back? Obrenek there nearly scored. And that's the last action of his game. Dear, oh dear. A Frank own goal and an absolute screamer. As with about half an hour to go, United have decided, yeah, we should probably get another one, which is good of them. Hart, has our keeper tried? Apparently, Ferreira might have pulled his hamstring. This gets worse as we go. We're getting battered. Ball played in. Garcia. And over to Hart. And that, I mean, what? Sorry. No, I'm not standing for that. And much like our goalkeeper wasn't. As the shot comes in here, he's already on the floor. Like, what are you doing? Like, laid on... Like, that is not goalkeeping. He's having a nap. He's having a nap. And then up he gets. Did you see that? Oh, just... Yeah, all rise. He's up. Deary me. Making a change in the middle. Huddle him off. Banner on. I just watched it. I don't know what to do. Ben-Hur flicks it on. Fiore, chance to come back into it. A snaps it away. Calvo, why are you sat right on your goal line over there? I know we've got a corner, but I'm paying little attention to that. Well, now he's decided to venture out just a tiny bit. Frank, though, Insigne, is there going to be a chance for us to get a 1 goal bar? Stop that there. Throw in Frank, Jimenez. Why do I start on attacking? Like, I know it's the tactic that I deploy, but we've discussed it about 15 times now, and I'll literally never learn, as Ben-Hur has forgotten which team he's on. Fiore played over the top by Ben-Hur, in on goal, snap with another good save. At least we're creating chances now. Corner, so we'll just move on. We scored. Offside, though, so even when it's a highlight, it's not a highlight. What do you even do? What do you even do? We're still in a pretty good position. That's the stupid thing about it. 15 seconds left. It looks like that's probably going to be 3-0 Manchester United unless we score a screamer now. Here it comes. Insigne, offside again. Lovely. But we are then. First game of the episode, pretty much in the books, and he doesn't even take the goal kick. That'll be that. United have proven to us there we're not as good as they are. And by looking at one of their star men, I mean, I think Ferreira's good. That's ridiculous. And he's Australian. Good day, mate. Australian. Wow, he's unbelievable. And Ferreira now then is out for 11 days, 2 weeks. So that's the end of today's episode for Ferreira. See you later, mate. Enjoy your break. Last 2 games I've played that formation. We've been really good. And then I play United, go attacking, get battered. I know what we need. I know we need centre-backs. And I know you're all going, just buy some that are slightly better. There aren't any. And they're so expensive. And the good ones that are a little bit better just aren't interested. This is a make or break season. This is actually a huge year for Thames right now. And as we get to the second half of the season, the distraction of the Europa League returns. So that's going to be enjoyable. Leicester make bid for Rowney. It's 3.2 million. So I'd rather just keep him here as a backup. I've sold Van den Bosch, all right? You got to be wary. There was a player actually that I was going to sign. Oh, you're all going to say get him, aren't you? I know how this goes. So this guy, Manuel Mackay, 21-year-old Spaniard who plays on the left wing. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Get rid of that pissing Libero is what a lot of people are thinking right now. And sign this guy, right? You're all thinking it. You're thinking he's got everything. He's what we need. And I kind of agree. But I know that to sign him, I have to do away with the philosophy. I have to forget about this Libero project we're doing. So do I end the Libero project, and do I play? I mean, and this is what it'll turn into. Do I end up playing this formation, which is, I mean, it's taking me a long time. Do I end up playing that with two wingers, Ferreira in the centre, Ben Hur up top, maybe even Obrek or someone else on the right hand side, and you bring in this Mackay chap. He's at Celta Vigo. He wants out. He's transfer listed. 35 million. He's proven. He's pretty good. And at a club like me, he could be even better. Like, he could be unbelievable. God, this is a nightmare. This is a nightmare situation. So he'd get a work permit after an appeal. Do we just no one else is interested? Do I register interest? They want 35. I'm going to go a little lower. 32, they've said, with a profit of next sale, which kind of indifferent about. We'll say 20%. 30 million and 20%. 32 and 30%. They're kind of sticking to that. All right, 30 million, but you can keep your clause. 31, and they've gone even higher. This isn't negotiation. This is conning. All right, I've gone 31 million and 40%. I don't think I'm going to end up selling them, to be honest. Manuel Mackay. I mean, yeah. But then I have to not sign the English guy. I don't even think I can then sign the right back. Oh God. Key player, extremely interested. Wants silverware. Real Madrid are incredibly interested. We've got to make the move. I'm going to ask Antonio to endorse it. See what Antonio says. So we talked to him. He's open to the possibility. Oh, God. All right, let's just go first team player, because I don't want to have to pay him the biggest of bucks right now. This episode might not be 3 games all of a sudden, viewers. There's a change in what's happening here. The narrative of this episode has changed dramatically. He wants 65 grand a week. Is that it as well? This is a philosophy change. This is like Nick Knowles and DIY SOS have come in and gone, yeah, the garden's great, the living room's fantastic, but we're going to strip every single wall and knock it all down. And I am basically the Nick Knowles of the football manager community. Am I? What does that mean? Quick story, I was on my way back from London once, and there was a person on the train pretending to be Nick Knowles. Not even joking. 2 old dears, they were palm of his hand. It was ridiculous. So do I just do it? Do I just make the move? He wants 80, or let's say 80,000 after 10 appearances for his national side. I mean, I will wait for the second scout report as well. Why? Oh, what are we? And he's injured at the moment, but he's very good, isn't he? I said it'd be a double upload day. The end of this. Oh, what is happening? Why am I just? I mean, I've looked at him about 10 times in the last year, probably, and every time I look at him, I think, you'd be really good, but I bought in Frank, and like Frank's not that good anymore. But then I look at him and I go, he's bloody brilliant, isn't he? Defensive midfielder, he definitely could be. So is that? Everyone loves the Libero. People like Liberos. Everyone loves Frank, but do I train him as a defensive midfielder? Do we make him a defensive midfielder, and that's going to be his job? Do I even try and convert him into like a box-to-box type player? He's not got great natural fitness, so no. But do I even make him sort of a defensive ball winner in the middle of the pitch? Oh, what are we doing with Frank? Must improve first touch. Right, that's fair enough to be a midfielder. All right, that's what we'll do with Frank. Oh, what are we doing? In fairness, Michelina's going to come back. He's going to be loving life. Right, I think I'm changing everything here. When I started today's episode, I thought we'll just persevere and we won't change everything round. And this right back didn't get a work permit anyway. There's an appeal. So what do I do now? Because I've got till the 31st. Oh, viewers, this has changed. This has turned on its head. Oh, goodness me. All right, there's a bid coming for Ike, curiously. Now, the thing with Ike is that his contract is up at the end of the window, right? So, financially, I don't really know where I stand at this point. Do I bring in this guy as a new foot? Look, his scout report is shocking, to be fair. 3-star. No. As much as Ferreira thinks he's a great option, I don't, and I've got to look that in the face and say no, I don't, and I can't afford to get everyone in. So I can't accept the deal for Ike at the moment. This is a disaster. What have I done? Antonio can play right back. Hold on, all is not lost. So then we have a back two of Insigne and Eriksson. We play our new left back, who was brought in as a wing back, but actually prefers left back anyway. Then we play Antonio at right back. Suddenly, the back four exists. Frank is on a 3-week holiday, learning how to become a defensive midfielder or just central midfielder. He'll have a lovely time. And then we have Jimenez and Hurlem in the centre, rocking it. Oh, there's a plan here. So Antonio comes in at the full-back role that we'll put on. People hate automatic, but I'm a fan of it personally. Edson Jose. Oh, what do we do with you? Right, we'll deal with you in the summer. And now Diallo can play full-back as well. He loves automatic. He's having a lovely time. We still need to wait for now. Then Oscar Rowney's going to have to play on that side. Ferreira's injured. Oh, what is happening? So Herzog plays in behind. Is Dorfer happy? Dorfer's fine. Leave Dorfer there. All right, let's see if... Oxford. I forgot about... I've got the Oxford game coming up here. Ordinarily, this wouldn't be... I've just realised this wouldn't normally be a video. This would just be me stressing. Oh, the Libero, though. Frank. We've tried so hard to make this work. And now I'm binning off the Libero. I can't believe I'm doing this. Ben-Hur, complete forward. And this is the new look Thames. Wow. Well, we're going to start exploiting the flanks a little more. Not working it into the box quite so much because you don't really need to with Ben-Hur. Mixed passing. This is the new look Thames, is it? You've seen this a million times, but not with these players, weirdly enough. Right, I'm trying our best available 11 against Oxford, just as a test. Van den Bosch can't believe it. He's fuming at this point. You never wanted to play left wing. You wanted to play left attacking wing. Oxford have lost quite a lot of their games recently. We should win this anyway. Come on, it's Oxford. All right, they might be a good university, but it's time for us to teach them a thing or two. Good joke, Ben. Well done. Write that one down. Use that for your stand-up. All right, Obrenick. He's playing on this right-hand side. He's played there many times for us before. If Miquelino was fit, we'd probably give him the game there. But I quite like Obrenick just playing because of his added finishing ability on that right-hand side when Antonio and him now have to... They've got to combine. They've got to become one. And Obrenick. That works. Back two. I've not had a back two for ages. I don't think we've ever beaten the Robbie Edmund, Joe Holmes back two. I think that's probably... That was the glory years of the back two. Jimenez, Ben-Hur, chance, Ben-Hur. He scored after 7 minutes. I'm a genius. It's Oxford. Right, so this episode's going to end, not with another game, I think, but with the signing of Mackay, with Miguel Mackay. I guess that's what we're going to do. Is it Miguel or Manuel? I can't remember. I've got to know that before he comes here. Basically, M&M. Can we just call him M&M? To be fair, Oxford, this is Rowney's level. He should be unbelievable. Ball played forward, Insigne's there, cuts it out, back to Calvo. A lot of people say we need a world-class goalkeeper. I genuinely think Calvo, maybe now with a 4 at the back, can become that. So I guess we'll see. It's weird seeing players in traditional positions. Like Ericsson heads forward. We've got a right back there. I'd forgotten what they do. Jimenez, Herzog, Ben-Hur, and we're looking very good. I mean, if we've meant that, that's unbelievable. Rowney scores. That's another level. I've got these players doing stuff they didn't even know they could do. I mean, what does happen here? The way it gets to Obrenick on this right-hand side is unbelievably weird. As Jimenez, he just shoots off the back. I mean, does he shoot? Is it a pass? If so, it's very good. Rowney volleys in. 2-0. Ben-Hur scored again. It's 3-0. I mean, Oxford are getting a pounding. If we win this, like 10-0 with this system, I don't know what I'm going to do. There's a corner. We're having corner highlights that I'm talking about. You know things are going wrong here. Ben-Hur from distance. It's blocked the first time. Obrenick, though, back to Ben-Hur. It's nice to see them two still playing together. Ben-Hur, cross comes in. Doesn't actually go to anybody, but Antonio's there. Recycles it. Jimenez, Herzog to Ben-Hur. One more over to Rowney. He's got to finish this. Oh, my. I mean, he's hurt someone in the crowd is what he's done. It's just at half time. I just wonder, would we have beat United with this formation? Don't say things like that. Jimenez is injured. Oh, it's collapsed. Banner comes in, we'll be fine. Oh, great, Oxford have scored. So, I mean, Jimenez was clearly the key to everything. Maybe I need a new box-to-box midfielder. Frank. This is actually quite nicely worked by Oxford. It was very easy. So it's not just... So it's not just the Libero where we don't keep clean sheets. Oh, what a counter-attack. Ben-Hur into Herzog. It could be 4. It should be 4. All right, another change. Dorfer's coming on for Herzog. Herzog had a good game, but Dorfer needs to play some football. We're forward again here. Could be another one. Obrenick, pull it across. Rowney's there. There we go then. 4-1. Looking very good, I've got to say. Birch and Fern have been sent off for Burton. It's just. I mean, have they got the other players named after trees as Banner scores? Copacabana. He scores from the corners. He defends like... Oh, no. Copacabana. I couldn't think of anything. Banner, ball forward to Ben-Hur. Unbelievable stuff. Ben-Hur to score. I mean, is he all right? And there we are then. Final whistle. Thames 5, Oxford 1. But let's get back to the transfer business. Right, Jimenez is out for 4 to 5 weeks, which ordinarily would be awful. But it now means that Banner, Copacabana, is going to get more opportunity. So let's bring him in, and he can basically play for the rest of time. He's a very, very good midfielder who needs to play for me because he's on loan and I'm paying a lot for his services. Question is, do I need to let someone go here? Like, does Velasco need to leave? He wants to leave. Right, I've offered him out. It looks as if then Jimenez is going to miss the first knockout round, which is probably going to be the next episode. All right, Velasco's going to leave, but it might come down to deadline day, I think. I think this is a no now, isn't it? Graham Humm, the very much needed English player, isn't being signed. So that's a no now. 80 grand a week saved there. Loving life. I mean, I'd sold that to me before I changed everything. I wanted this done before the Burnley game, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. And this episode is the longest thing of all time. Well, not the longest thing, ladies. All right, then I am confident that that Mackay is going to sign Manuel Mackay, and that will be a deal that will get done, and I will confirm to you next episode. Good idea, bad idea? Comment section. Let me know. 21-year-old Spaniard on his way in. Velasco looks like he's going to be leaving at some point as well, and it's all changed here at Thames as we ditch the Libero. I'm sure you'll have thoughts. Let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, do drop a like. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again tomorrow, 5 PM for more. I can't believe this episode is dramatic. It's been dramatic.